All right, guys, welcome to Daily Trades by Ren. My name is Ren. Um, Today is July 27th, 2026. Let's get started. I am in position today. My position is I'm shorting a position and it needs to crash below 738. So if it does that, and the market's already closed, by the way. So it closed about, let me see, 30 minutes ago. Right now it's 1:36. It closed at 1 o'clock. Um, Yeah. So the reason why I took a short position for tomorrow is because I see a channel coming right here, right? Two main price line about um like 739 and a half, and then 737, right? The reason why I'm calling the bearish move is because we do have a long we did have a crash today, right? So I did a video yesterday, right? That was a hypothetical video if you were to catch um the uh the long contract going up. Then the end of the week on Friday, at the end of the market, you would have been able to wake up in the morning and cash out with your gains, probably the whole thing, right? Now it did crash at around. Let me see. So you pulled out at 6:30, you would have had all your gains, right? It was at it opened at 7:44. It went all the way up to the high of 7:45.17, and that's when you would have to gain. You would have to gain all the way down to like whenever you want to pull out, right? All the way up to like I said like 7 o'clock, right? So that's when it starts to crash hard. And by 8 o'clock, 7:50, by around 7:40, 44, 7:45, it went to the low of 7:36. That's when you realize your total. I mean, you probably would have lost everything up here, but you need to catch it. You need to catch it right when the market opens. Um, so let's go back to my contract right now. My position right now, right? So actually, what I did today, right? I got about 12% gain. That's about $40 um, in profits, right? So basically, I'm at like around 350 now. So I 2x my account, right? Start off at 170. So the reason why, okay, so the reason why I was able to do that is because I think my first position was um, I saw the bottom out at 737. I figured, well, you know what? It's probably gonna crawl up to wherever the VWAP is, right? So I did that. It went to 739, right? Then I was able to catch my first gain or profit TP at 739, and then it was a small gain, probably about $6, right? And I was able to catch it going downwards. I did a short, caught it again at 737. That's another $10. I didn't catch this one going up. I actually caught it at the top going back down, but I doubled up the contract, so I made an extra $20 there. That's how I got my $40, right? I might make like $3 or $4, slightly. If you look at this little peak right here, like $6, I think, going long a little bit, right? And maybe I pulled out like around right here somewhere. And then now it's looking like it's about to go long. And the reason why I didn't take a long position to swing for tomorrow morning is because I can't see it continuing to go up because I think the VWAP is too strong, right? Which is the weighted price, volume weighted average price, which just means it has a lot of history of of it going to 739 all the way back to back here 739. You see that? See that 739 has a long volume weighted history of 739. Go long enough. So that's how many days is this? How long ago is this? 23rd. So it's like a whole week. Yeah, it was like all last week. It was at 739. And historically, you might say that 739. Let's see how far back. 740, 740, 740. Yeah, around there. You know what I mean? 739, 740. And then if you look at the open interest on the contracts, 740 and 739 is very a lot of contracts in those areas. You know what I mean? So I mean, all the contracts in the past is already gone, right? But going forward, that's where people like to place their contract. So it's just something to think about, right? You know what I mean? When the mentors don't talk about that kind of stuff, then I don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? I can't just assume that their methodology works based on drawing stuff on the board and saying that they're right and they're masters at what they do. It's like no proof of concept, right? No proof of concept. Yeah. So the reason why I'm just going based off of this channel, a channel pattern, right? Which is basically, let me try to draw another one. Horizontal line. This time, let's make it color white. Okay, let's put the 739. There we go. Channel. Do another one. And that's our channel right there. You know what I mean? So if you just Google the thing, it was coming heavily pulling. Yeah, the reason why I chose a short position on my my entry for the expiration date of tomorrow is because we have a strong pull coming downwards, and then we had the rally, right? And towards the end, we had this thing going upwards, right? But here's the thing, right? It's still within that channel. So within the channel, unless it's like a W shape, it's not going to go up. This is more than W. This is like boom, boom, boom. Okay. So it's just kind of all the intersection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're about to get a 7 here. So it still meets the channel qualification. Yes, it's going up. So we understand that we still have these strong pulls that we've been having for quite some time, right? On top of that, if you look at the daily time frame, right? Look at the motion that we got right here. Right, this is the last probably the last couple of weeks, right? In total, right? We have a trend, guys. You guys gotta look at the bigger picture, right? The trend is going downwards. So I'm banking on it to crash tomorrow, but you never know, right? And the intraday is a whole, it tells a different story. But that's my choice that I'm going to go by just because we had a bearish today. You know what I mean? Like we had a bullish on Friday, but since it didn't continue on today, I'm reluctant to want to believe that it has a strong motion going upward, right? And so that's why I'm going to stick with my bearish movement, right? And I've been calling bearish for the last ever since the beginning of June, before June gloom. You know what I mean? Late May, early June, bearish, 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 and we've been bearish pretty much all the way through. You know what I mean? And when we do have a bull, that's intraday. It's just intraday. You know. So yeah, that's what I'm going with, guys, and wish me luck. But yeah. So I mean, we did good today, guys. We did good today. But anyways, that's my time for today, guys. Today is July 27, 2026. You joining me on Daily Trades by Rin. Have a good day, y'all.